Hello everyone. Look at what we're getting in the version 15 of Carla Driving Simulator. This map is amazing. Look at the size of it. It's not even rendering. Okay, let's see. How do we get it? We go to Carla website, carla.org. We click on the latest 9.15 release. We press the button and we download a couple of files, obviously for Windows. Don't touch the Mac. Don't have Mac. After we downloaded the installation files, just unzip them in the Carla subfolder, and then you need to copy your virtual environment. If you've got an existing environment, like I've got one where I've got stable baselines 3, TensorFlow and Carla, and that's the one I'm copying now. If you want to start it from scratch, watch my previous tutorial how to set up Python. That is relatively easy. So I'm just copying this environment and give it a slightly different name. So rather than 13, it will have 15. And even though it gives you error at the end, it will just copy. And I'm using conda clone command that you saw me copying just before. And when it's finished, it's time to activate it. And sometimes what you can get is what I'm getting right here. I'm trying to copy and run this command, but I get some kind of error. So what it turned out to be that it actually wasn't looking like a normal terminal. It was a Windows PowerShell terminal. So the only way to deal with it was to actually kill this terminal and start a new one. Bam, bam, bam. Then you go terminal, new terminal. Then you paste the same command. Boom, done. The new environment is activated. Before going to the next level, you just need to check all the libraries that are in this environment. And in this very case, I'm just going to check what version of Carla I've got there. And it's mostly for your benefit, so you can see what's there. So when I run conda list or piplist command, you can just scroll up and find where Carla is. So I found it, it's version 13, so I need to update it. And what you need to do here, and I was just doing some research for myself mostly, is ignore using documentation, just go and do pip install Carla. And when you do it first time, it will probably tell you that you've already got it, because as you saw, I failed to uninstall it just before. So what do? You just run pip install -- upgrade. And it will just upgrade it to the latest version, which is exactly what I want to do right now. Okay, easy, done. Now it's time to explore the new towns. And then we come to version 15 folder of Carla, start the simulator, wait for it to load, and at meantime usually I use one of my earlier tutorials just to give me Jupyter notebook to connect to Carla and do sort of initial town loads one by one, which is this, tutorial 1. Now, before we need to run this, we need to make sure that we switch Python to that latest environment that we just installed. And that's what's happening right here. Done. Okay, we're running now. And again, we're doing all the imports, then connection to the simulator. And then we try to load a new town. And we wait, and we get an error. Okay, so as you can see, that timing, the default timing in Carla is not enough for the town to load. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go and look for a command that does allow Carla to load the town for a bit longer. But before that, I also need to test normal towns like the existing town 4. And that loads, which is okay. But then simulator could be frozen. But then give it a bit more time and it loads. Boom, town 4 done. so that's fine. Which means we definitely need to increase the time limit allowed for Carla to wait. And we got some kernel dying on us, so that may need to be restarted. Okay. So we need to find that example. Okay, and the best source of this example is to look for image generation program that I've got in other tutorials, like semantic segmentation is the good candidate here, because image generation is should be really robust, and allow sufficient time for towns to load, because sometimes towns exchanged within the running of the simulator or the program. Okay, that's the timeout command, and these 25 seconds there may not be enough. I would recommend to go and use 60 seconds just to be safe. Some of those new towns are crazy large, so you just need to give them a bit more time. Okay, we need to test a town, and we're trying to load one, and we're waiting, and we're waiting, and we're waiting. Boom! Ooh, this is promising. Let's see. Simulator could be frozen sometimes, so you need to give it a bit more time. Ooh, it's reactive. Great. Let's see where the land is. Ahoy, matey. Oh, there is the land. Now, wow. This land looks huge. Look at that remote road somewhere on the horizon. This is promising, people. This is gonna be great. This is closer to real world at Town 10 and all the other little towns that we've got. Not to say that there is anything wrong with them, but this gives you a lot more opportunities to train your car to react correctly in different road scenarios, and how the road curves and, the inclines and little hills. Oh, that is gonna be awesome. All right. What I'm trying to do now to spawn a car, which is again a piece of code from tutorial 1. And the reason we do that, we just want to see where the car gets started, that the spawn points are being recognized, and then it will actually take you to a particular spot on the map, which is cool. Okay, this is very rural setting, and there is quite a lot of driving here, which is cool. Okay, beautiful. What about this town? Now we seem to be underneath. So we need to go up for air. Yep. And then when we hit the surface, everything becomes normal. Beautiful. Now we just need to spawn a car here again. So it takes us to a normal location where the road is. And we just give it a few seconds. Boom. That looks great. Look at that tiny roundabout. That is promising to train the car on. Traffic signs. Wow. I believe this is Spain. This could be the university canvas, the university that developed this Carla Driving Simulator. I don't give them enough credit. They deserve all of the credit for developing this wonderful thing. And I applaud them too for this version 15 of the simulator. And everything works. The big towns load, which is very promising and very different to what we had in version 14, because I couldn't load some of those modern towns. You just pop in the sky and nothing happens. Now, let's try another town, and you may see how long it takes to load, and this guy is massive, and it takes a while for the simulator to unfreeze. You can see me trying, but nothing's happening. We get it to 40 seconds. Whoa. And still wasn't enough time. That's my point. Use 60 seconds in the timeout setting next time. and kernel has died again, and we needed to revive it, and we needed to, you know, run those couple of cells with the imports and connections. Great. But it's very promising that it works. So let's just connect to the sim, and hopefully it will remain reactive. So we don't need to load this down. It's already in the simulator. We just need for the simulator to come alive. And we're waiting, and we're waiting. Or you may try to reload it again. Doesn't hurt. All right, cool. We're underground by the looks of it. Need to go up for air again. And we need to go up for air again. Okay, when the simulator is awake, look at the size of this map. It's unbelievable, isn't it? And by the way, you move, like when you reach one of those edges on the horizon where you think the sea will be, there will be another piece of town in many cases. So I was exploring this, and it takes a while to get from, you know, one place to another. It's just bloody massive. But the training opportunities for self-driving, it will allow us, are just amazing. Look at the sizes of those roads. Imagine all the traffic that we can generate later. And look at that city on the horizon. That is beautiful, isn't it? And it renders as you come closer to certain objects. And that is it. That is version 15 of Carla. I encourage you all to give it a try. And also, if you like and subscribe, it would be absolutely awesome. I look forward to help you progress your self-driving game in the future. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.